Hello, my name is Yubin and today I'm going to tell you about the book Number the Stars. The time that is on World War II in 1943, and the setting is in Anne-Marie's house, Copenhagen, and Uncle Henrik's house, the Galilea's forest and harbor. The main characters is Anne-Marie and Ellen, and the other characters is the soldier, Uncle Henrik, Mom and Dad, Kirsty, Peter, Mrs. Roses, Mr. Roses. This book, in the introduction, this book is about Anne-Marie and Ellen that is helping Jewish people moving to Sweden, and also showing the things that are happening between the other countries. In the development, Anne-Marie, when the World War II was starting, Anne-Marie and Ellen started to help Jewish people going to Sweden with Uncle Henrik's boat, and at the last, Uncle Henrik helped Ellen going to Sweden too. In conclusion, Anne-Marie had a hard time helping Jewish people. Also, Uncle Henrik had a hard time helping Jewish people going to Sweden, but moving Jewish people to Sweden. In my thoughts, I think war should not be on because of this war. Lots of people will be hurted, and many people will be killed or be hurted. I want to recommend this book to my friend Hyunjin because my friend is interested in world wars and also interested in history books. So I want to recommend this book to my friend Hyunjin. Thank you for listening to my presentation.
Hello, my name is David, and today I'll talk about Number the Stars. The Number the Stars is written by Louis Laurie, and its genre is historic. The book is setting 1943 during World War II, and the locations there are Anne-Marie's apartment, Uncle Henrik's house, Galilea's forest and harbor. This is the World War's picture, and next is characters. For main character, there are Anne-Marie and Ellen. For supporting characters, there are Kirsty, German soldiers, Mr. Rosen, Mrs. Rosen, Mrs. King Christian, Lise, Peter, Mrs. Hirsch, Uncle Henry. My favorite character is Anne-Marie, and she has blonde hair. She could run fast, and she is brave. For story plot introduction, Anne-Marie and Ellen was the friend, and they play almost every day. But one day the German was taking the Jewish people's job. So Rosen worried, and the Jewish was disappearing at the time. For development, Mr. and Mrs. Rosen have disappeared, and Anne-Marie, Mrs. Johansson, Ellen took the train and go to Uncle Henrik's house to hide. And finally, Mr. and Mrs. Rosen had returned. For the conclusion, Rosen's family wanted to go to Sweden, but they met the soldiers. But Rosen's family went to Sweden safely because of Peter's handkerchief. My thoughts, I feel sad because many Jewish is killed because of the war, and I learned having good friend is very good, and war doesn't need to happen. recommendation. I'll recommend this book to Adolf Hitler because he had killed many Jewish, and I think I want to realize he did the bad thing. Thank you for listening to my book report.
Hello, my name is Harrison and I will talk about my book report, and the book is Number the Stars. This book is written by Louis Norrie and genre is historic. This book is during World War II and it's 1943. And the major places that the story happened is Anne-Marie's house, streets in Copenhagen, and Uncle Henrik's house in the Netherlands, and woods and harbor. Main characters are Anne-Marie and Helen, and other characters are soldiers, Uncle Henry, Peter, Mrs. Johansson, and Mr. Johansson, and Mrs. Rosen and Mr. Rosen. My favorite character is Anne-Marie. She is not Jewish and she has blonde hair, has a sister named Kirsty. And for introduction, Ellen and Anne-Marie live in Copenhagen. One day they got caught by soldiers, but they released them. One time they go to the Mrs. Hirsch's shop, but Mrs. Hirsch was not there. Papa said Nazis were closing shop running by Jews. Ellen needed to hide because Jews are being relocated. Anne-Marie's parents helped her. An officer came to check house. Ellen pretended Anne-Marie's older sister Liz. For the result, it was okay. They go to Uncle Henry's house to protect Ellen. They had a funeral for Great Bert, but it was a fake to trick officer. Scientists and doctors made a special handkerchief that had puzzled the dogs, trained dogs. Finally, the war ended. Unfortunately, Peter was shot by Nazis. I was sad because Peter was killed, and thinking of Jews most well damp and foggy made me sad. I learned that war is bad and Jews being killed must not be happened again. I want to recommend this book to my grandma because she likes book and studies English. Thank you for listening to my book report. Hello, my name is Elisa and today I'll talk about Number the Stars. This book's author is Louis Norrie, and this book genre is history. Setting. The year was 1943, during the World War II. Location. Anne-Marie's house in Copenhagen, Copenhagen Street. Uncle Henrik's house in Gelderland. For this book's main characters are Anne-Marie and Alan. Other characters are soldier, Mrs. Rosen and Mr. Rosen, priest,
Mrs. Johansson. My favorite character is Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie is not Jewish. She is sister. She has blonde hair. For introduction, Alan and Anne-Marie are best friends. Denmark had oceaned by Germany. Denmark couldn't work, so Mrs. Hirsch's shop closed. Development. Jews disappear. Alan came to Anne-Marie's house. She conversed with Liz. Two officers came. Alan had imprinted Star of David. They developed confusion. They go to Uncle Henrik's house. He was fisherman. He took this and go to Sweden for using boat. He forgot to take important things, so Anne-Marie gave it. Peter was dead. My thought, feeling. My feeling was interesting because I didn't like historic books, but this book is very interesting. My thoughts, learning. First, war is scary. For war, many people died. Second, sometimes we could lose someone or something. I want to recommend this book for my dad because my dad likes history books. Thanks for listening to my book report.